Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a super exciting day today. Today is the day I'll be putting corals in my Upside Down Reef Tank. I was very fortunate enough to be able to travel to Monsoon Aquatics in Cairns and pick up some fresh SPS frags off them. So that will be what I'm putting in here. I'm going to be adding them slowly, so I've only got about 5 or 6 colonies I want to put in. I'll give you a look here. So you can see them down along there. So I've got some really nice colours in there. Don't mind the cups, I didn't really have anything big enough to put them on. But I have been having a few issues with these two tanks. So mainly because a lot of you will remember I keep this tank at quite a low alkalinity. I keep it about 7-ish. However, I've been having issues with the new tank because I've been using all the same water. So theoretically it should have an alkalinity of like 7 to 8. But because it's all new rock work in there, a lot of the alkalinity has been leaching, or I don't know, carbonate hardness has been leaching from the rock into the water. So when I was setting up my alkatronic, I got a bit of a rude shock because it was saying the alkalinity was like 12. So that's been a battle I've been having to deal with over the last week and a bit. So I've been slowly trying to bring up the alkalinity in my old tank and then decrease the alkalinity in my new tank. So I've basically just been swapping water between the two of them. It's been working to some degree, but the longer I sort of leave that tank, it bounces back up again. So I really need to put some sort of corals in there to sort of counteract that raise in alkalinity. What I will do is I'll keep a few small offcuts from these corals just in case. There's only a difference of about 2 DKH at the moment, which is right on there. So the main thing I'm going to do is just make sure I acclimate them really well. So I'm going to drip acclimate them for about 2 to 3 hours. Make sure that the pH is all the same as well, and I'm going to lower the intensity of the lights in the new tank. So there is a risk that they might die, but at this point I've waited like a week and a bit to do it, and I'm traveling in the next month as well, so I just want to give the corals time and give the alkatronic time to get nice and stable, because I can't be dealing with fluctuations when I'm away. So it's just one of the risks we take in this hobby. But yeah, I'll be fragging up these guys. I'll cut a few little bits off so I can stick them in this tank. And then I'll be taking out this large rock, putting it on the bench there. And yeah, I'll be doing it that way. Also, sorry, a few questions I've been getting, and a lot of you are sort of new to the channel, so I was getting sort of, not necessarily questions, but criticisms about this tank. So this rock can be taken out. So basically it's detached from the top, so I can just lift it out. Also, to another question I keep getting is how am I going to clean the bottom? So I've got this flipper magnet in there. So basically I can clean it from the bottom. So those are sort of the 2 main criticisms I've been getting with this tank. But yeah, I'm going to get started on taking these corals out, and yeah, follow along. Okay, so you can see all the corals in here that are going to be going in. So I've got a few different species of Acropora. I've got a nice little Parietes, and I've also got a Montipora digitata. They've been acclimating for about half an hour so far. I've just been slowly dripping them, but also sort of agitating the water a bit as well. I did have a bubbler in there, but it ran out of batteries and don't have time to go to the shops and get new ones. But yeah, so another maybe hour, and I reckon I can take this rock out and start putting them in. But yeah, so far they've been doing pretty well. I was going to reattach some of these corals, the rock work in here, but I think I'll just leave them there until I know that the ones in the other tank will be okay. But yeah, it's getting there. Exciting. I forgot to mention too that I actually already put some test pieces of coral in. So you can see I've got the Montipora, lettuce coral, I forget the scientific name of that, it's like a cushion coral thing. But yeah, I've had them in there for a few days now, and I didn't even acclimate them or anything, I just sort of whacked them in there. And they seem to be going alright, so I know they're not like they're not the most temperamental species, so they're probably not a good test, but I mean, it's better than nothing, so. Yeah, so they're going alright, so I'll take them out, put them back in my other tank. Yeah, you can see these tiny little damsels. They're very cute. It's such a shame that they grow to be such terrifying little monsters, but when they're this small, they're very, very cute. And I kind of want small fish in this tank. I want a lot of sort of little fish that will be swimming in and around and everything. I feel like when you have big fish in a tank, it makes the tank itself look a lot smaller. So by having a lot of little fish in there, it will actually make the tank seem a lot bigger than what it is. And sort of, I don't know, I really like, especially in natural reef systems, how you get all the little chromas swimming through all the acroporas, especially like when you dive down, they all kind of dive in there. So I kind of want to recreate that. So I want to get quite a lot more current in there. Yeah, but I know we'll see how these corals go out first. But yeah. Okay, so the corals have been drip acclimating for about an hour and a bit now. Now it's time to take this out and put it on the bench so I can attach all the corals. Also, pro tip, if you're doing this, make sure you do it when your wife's not here, because I know she will be pleased. Right, this is going to be very light until I get it out of the tank. So look how light that is, that's insane. Right. Okay, so this is what it looks like out of the tank. So I'm going to be using a mix of Octogrip and my Aquaforest Gel Fix. The Gel Fix is really good for doing stuff out of tank, but I find that the Octofix is better if you're trying to attach stuff going into the tank. So because this is out of the tank, I think the Gel Fix is going to be the best one to use. I'm just going to try and work as quickly as possible because I don't want this to be out of the tank for too long. I do find that the nozzles on these are quite small and need to be cut sometimes, so something like that will be fine. Okay, so I think I'm going to put most of the corals on the bottom at the moment, just because I don't have a light for the top yet. I will be putting a light on the top very soon. I'm just waiting for that to arrive. So I'll be putting most of the corals sort of on the bottom and on the sides for the moment. So I might start with this nice sort of piece and try and sort of wedge it in where I can. So I might try and put that one there. Right, never mind, the lid is not working on that. Just gonna try and fix it in there like that. So I want some there. So I try and glue on areas of the coral that have been snapped off. It's just easier for the glue to attach, as the coral's quite slimy, so sometimes the glue won't sort of adhere to the coral surface. So a lot of these glues are also water based, water activated. So you might just need to drip a little bit of water on there to get it to hold. It's this one, I'm really going to try and, actually I might do this one. I'll do this one in here because I want to kind of have the longer bits at the back so that you can actually see them. There we go. Put some water over it. Make sure to keep wetting the other bits we put on too. Corals come out of the water during really low tides, so I'm going to have to be too worried, but it's just good to keep them wet. They've been through a lot of stress today. Should be fine. The next one. Last one, I'll put these little varieties here, I reckon. Roll there. Okay, so now here is the tricky part again. Okay, so that was stressful. But it's in now, so yeah. Hey guys, the corals have now been in the tank for a bit over 2 days and they're doing pretty well. I'll show you what they look like. So all the polyps have been out on them. I know I didn't do the best sort of gluing job, but all the polyps are out and they're all looking very happy, which is nice. The alkatronic has been doing a great job at maintaining the alkalinity. So the alkalinity in this tank has been around 9. The pH fluctuations, I'll put up a little screen grab of the alkatronic out here. But as you can see, the pH has been really pretty stable. It's been pretty much above 8 the entire time, even at night. And the alkalinity's been pretty stable. I was testing every 2 hours at the beginning just to make sure I didn't sort of miss anything, but I've dialed that back to every 6 hours. Because I'd really like to sort of see the difference between the pH and the alkalinity and how they change throughout the evening. But yeah, so this is what my living room looks like now. It's nice to finally have the other tank with coral in it. It ties the room together really well, I think. So you have my old main display up the back there, and you have this. I tried to sort of do the layout a bit so that I can, when I film, I can get both tanks in the same shot. And just also too, like, it's really tricky with the amount of doors over here and windows because you get a lot of glare, so I mainly have to film at night or during sort of the middle of the day when it's all really bright. But yeah, as you can see, everything's pretty happy. I'm keen to see how it fills out. Oh yeah, that's a good shot. I love the reflections on either side as well. I think that's really cool. And if we open up the bottom, you can even see the corals from the bottom up. So I think all in all, this tank's going to be a pretty cool project. But yeah, I'll say thanks everyone for following along. I'll be sure to post an update in a couple of weeks about how this is going. I'm going to be slowly adding more corals to it, as well as a light up the top. But yeah, I'll put up another video when that's all done. And yeah, cheers. Thanks for watching.